The old clockmaker's shop was crooked, just like the house that stared at it from across the street. Both were bent at an angle that shouldn't have been possible, yet somehow made sense in the town of Elden Hollow. The town where the fog lingered like a whisper and time itself seemed to skip a beat or two. Inside the shop, surrounded by clocks frozen in time, sat Elias Varn, the oldest clockmaker in a town full of old clockmakers. His gnarled hands rested on a mahogany table, each wrinkle telling a tale as old as the whispering fog. Outside, the wind carried the scent of rain and wood smoke, but here it smelled like old books and ticking memories. For Elias didn't just mend clocks, he stitched together fragments of lives. Every tick-tock was a heartbeat he kept alive. A widow once brought him her late husband's pocket watch, its hands stuck at the time of his passing. A young girl arrived with a wind-up toy that no longer played its merry tune. An elderly farmer came carrying a great brass bell from a weather-beaten tower, its clappers silent since the death of his father, who was the town's last official bell ringer. Elias listened to each story, nodded slowly, his eyes twinkling with understanding, then took the broken timepiece in his hands. His calloused fingers, like those of an old tree, seemed to know exactly where to feel, where to press, where to mend. One evening, as the sky bled into twilight, a young girl named Mira stumbled into the shop. Her shoulders slumped. She held a small silver box close to her chest. "It won't open," she whispered, her voice catching on the unspoken words. "It belonged to my mother." Elias took the box, its intricate design, speaking of a time when magic danced hand in hand with technology. "May I keep it overnight?" he asked, knowing that sometimes the night was the quietest part of the day. He spent the night in his workshop, the soft glow of candlelight dancing on his wrinkled face. He coaxed the box open, revealing a music box. Its tune was a lament, a melody of loss and lingering love. And nestled within the heart of the music box, Elias found a letter. It was folded neatly, its edges softened with age. In elegant script, Mira's mother poured out her heart, saying goodbye, but also offering a blessing. When Mira returned, the music box played softly, the letter resting on the velvet lining. Elias handed it to her, understanding that some stories weren't meant to be fixed, only opened. Mira didn't need to say a word. The tears that fell were a language of their own, a dialogue between a daughter and her past. From that day on, the townspeople swore they could hear not the steady tick-tock of a clock, but the sweet strains of a music box carried on the wind. A reminder that sometimes the most beautiful stories are those that unfold like a melody.